If you want to continue to follow our adventure, click subscribe. So you don't miss anything, click the bell notification. Hello, House on the Road subscribers and followers. I thought I would talk to you today about security, living out here in the National Forest as a nomad. I think that I want to give you some backstory. In the past, I've always said, trust your gut. We stayed at a campsite once and we should have trusted our gut. Nothing happened, but it was a pretty bad campsite. The next day, the folks who ran the place shut it down because people were apparently making some meth. It was just a bad place. Since then, I've always said, trust your gut, trust your gut. That may not be the case anymore. It just may not be. So let me give you a backstory, because I want to talk to you about when I lived in a stick and brick, and then I want to talk to you about living out here in the National Forest. And once you're victimized, I guess is the best way to put it, it's hard to trust anything, much less your gut. When we lived in a stick and brick, we lived on a rental property, 8 acres out in the woods. Well, it was tucked down into the woods a little bit, about 200 yards. You could still see the road, but not very well. It was hidden. And we were robbed on a Thursday while we were at work. Came home, back door was wide open. I knew there was something wrong. There was just something wrong. When we pulled up, I just felt like there was something wrong. And we went in the house and they, stole several items. So I spent a week trying my hardest to get everything I could secured, because the police officer that came out said it usually happens. They're going to come back, so you're going to get a security system. So I ordered a security system. Of course, it was going to take a while to get there. I don't remember how many days or weeks or whatever it was, but it was going to take a while. So I put a bolt lock on the door and I secured a window. As a matter of fact, one of the windows that I was pretty sure he could get into very easily, I took this old spring antique bed frame and I screwed it into the wall on the inside. So if he were to try to get in, he'd bump right into that. Okay, so that happened on a Thursday. Well, the very next Wednesday, sure enough, happened again. Of course, all the little security systems that I put in place, the bolt lock and putting that screen thing or the spring bed frame there, that stopped him. As he tried to get through that window, he stopped. He ended up climbing up on the air conditioner and was able to reach. I mean, he had to be a little bit taller than me because I struggled to reach it, and that's where he went in at. We ended up getting the security system, and we lived there for another year, and he never came back. Maybe the yard signs stopped him, the security yard signs. You never felt good after that. You just never felt good. You just was always on edge. As a matter of fact, one time the alarm company called me and said there was a problem. Well, in the call, my cell phone signal cut out. I lost them. Couldn't figure out what was going on. So I called the police and I rushed home. Here we live out in the National Forest now. We were living out in a pop-up camper, and I'm sure everybody knows the story now that our camper was caught on fire by someone, an arsonist. They suspect they know who it is, but they have no proof, so they can't do anything about it. Well, same thing. We are just not comfortable living anymore, and it's just nothing. There's nothing we can do about it. It's just we're scared. We're not scared. I don't know if that's the right word, but for lack of a better word, let's just call it we're scared. We're scared of people. Every car that we hear now, we're on edge, and it's a frightening thing. So where we were located, we did trust our gut, and it still happened anyways. It's a terrible feeling. We have a shower tent, and it's a little bit better than the shower tent we had. It's a $100 shower tent. It's a 2-room shower tent. It has a shower room and then a changing room. It's very nice. We like it. And then we have inside the shower tent, we have a water heater. It's on-demand water heater. Again, that's another $100. So there's a $200 setup sitting out there. And Carolyn and I, it takes about half hour to break it down and to set it up. Kind of a hassle, not a huge hassle, but when we want to go to town, we have to make a choice. Now, in the past, if we felt like we were in a secure location, trusting our gut, we would have left it and went to town, go grocery shopping or sightseeing or anything like that. Well, Carolyn and I have spent several hours off and on discussing, are we going to leave the shower tent or are we going to keep it here? Are we going to, it's, you know, do we really want to spend an hour tearing it down and putting it back together each time we want to go to town? That's a hassle. Why would I want to do that? We're at a campsite. And we also think that maybe the shower tent would secure our camp spot so nobody else would take it. First come, first serve at National Forest Camping. And we just can't trust leaving it there. It's $200. And I said, well, Carolyn, if it gets stolen, it gets stolen. It's $200. I mean, and she says, Rob, we can't afford to lose $200 every week if we want to go to town to go grocery shopping. Our grocery bill would triple if they stole it each time. I recognize they're not going to steal it every time. But when you've been victimized like this, that's what it feels like. It feels like you're going to be victimized every time you do anything that you try to trust society. What we ended up doing, we put a shower inside the truck camper now. And that seems to be going to be working out great. And it's simply just hanging up a quick tarp on about 4 hooks. It takes about 3 minutes to set up. Putting the water heater on some hooks, I mean, it really is not an issue setting this thing up. A lot quicker. We actually feel a little bit more comfortable inside the camper taking this shower. So I think that's our solution. Now we have a $100 shower tent we may never use again, so we're going to, we'll hang on to it for another few weeks, maybe a few months, see if we want it. But we may end up getting rid of it because we just can't trust leaving it at a location. But just to go to town to get something, or you just want to take a drive, let's go down to the road and look at that other campsite. A 5-minute drive. Are we going to leave it or not? It's a terrible world we live in, so be safe out there. So, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Click like if you like the video, and happy travels.